Most teens don't have a behavior problem. They actually have a nervous system problem. And if they've experienced trauma along the way, their system may not even know what calm really feels like. So when they escalate, they're not choosing it. They're getting pulled into something they don't know how to stop. I'm going to walk you through what's actually happening and exactly what to do in this crisis moment when they can't calm back down. And also, I'm going to give you one sentence at the end of this video that will completely change how these moments go from this moment on. When my daughter turned 13 and her hormones increased, the mood swings got bigger. She had always had some emotional swings, but this was different. What I started to see was she wasn't choosing to escalate. She was getting pulled into it. And once she was in it, she couldn't get herself back out. What can look like a tantrum is actually a fight or flight loop that just won't shut off. And when that happens, the thinking part of the brain, it goes offline. So asking them to calm down or to explain themselves doesn't work in that moment. Not because they're refusing to comply, but because they can't do it. Most of these moments don't come out of nowhere. There's usually a ramp up, and this part matters because if you can catch it early, everything changes. You might notice shorter responses, shift in their tone, pacing or restlessness, or even being really quick to defend themselves. That's the window right there. But if it's already happening, here's what actually helps. Not everything works in the moment, but these do. First, slow your body down. Before you say anything, take a pause. Lower your voice. Use very few words. Don't move toward them quickly, because if you come in fast and hard and loud, their system is going to read that as more threat. If you take nothing else from this, slow body, soft voice, and few words, their nervous system will always mirror yours before it listens to anything you have to say. Second, stop asking for logic from an illogical state. This is where most people get stuck. The instinct is to ask, why? Explain this to me. What are you doing? Why is this happening? But a dysregulated brain cannot explain itself. So those questions don't help. They just add more pressure to an already really tense situation. Instead, give them something simple to hold on to. You can say, I'm not here to argue. I'm here when you're ready. Or, you are safe and we can figure this out after. You're not removing accountability. You're removing pressure in the moment. Third, give the body somewhere to go. They don't need a lecture. They just need to release. Much like when we get frustrated, we need to get it out. This could look like walking or pacing around the house, squeezing or fidgeting on something, or even some cold water on the wrist can give some relief. But what's happening isn't just emotional. It's physical. It's happening to their bodies. The body is stuck in a stress response and it needs a way to complete that loop and close it out. Fourth, co-regulate before expecting self-regulation. They borrow your nervous system before they build their own. So instead of trying to fix it or shut it down, just stay present with them. You don't need a lot of words. You don't need to solve it right then. You just need to not become the storm with them. If you're dealing with this, stay with me for this part because this is what actually changes everything in the long term. You cannot teach regulation in the middle of a dysregulation fit. That happens after, when they're calm again. That's when you talk about what happened. That's when you help them notice what they were feeling that got them spun up before everything escalated. That's where the learning happens. And this is important to understand, especially during puberty. Emotional reactivity increases a lot before regulation has the chance to catch up. So what you're seeing isn't random at all. And it's not behavior. It's physiological. It's a physiological stress response that their mind is not mature enough to regulate. So success here doesn't mean it stops immediately. Success looks like episodes are becoming shorter or less intense, or it's happening less frequently. That's progress. It's not going to happen overnight. And just as important, there are a few things that can actually make these episodes worse for everybody, even if you do mean well. Matching their intensity, demanding answers in the moment, cornering them physically, emotionally, those escalate the pressure on the system instead of trying to settle it back down to reasoning. If you stayed with me this far, this is the part that matters most to you. If you want one thing to say in those moments, it is this: I am not here to fight you. I am here to help you through it. Most teens don't hear that, and it changes how their nervous system responds. If your teen can't calm themselves down, it doesn't mean they won't. It means no one has showed their body how yet. And just to say this clearly for everyone, it doesn't mean that we have failed as a parent. It means our children still need our support, building something they haven't learned yet. They need us. They just don't know how to ask for help. And if a situation ever becomes unsafe to them or to you, that's when it's time to bring in some additional support. You don't have to carry this alone. This isn't about controlling behavior. It's about helping their nervous system find a way back. Tell me in the comments, What does it look like right before your teen escalates the situation? Thank you for watching. See you next time.